Welcome to the FaceTime with God podcast. I'm your host, Kay Farrar, and yes, you have tuned in to the right place because we're bringing Christ to the culture and the culture to Christ. Because the gospel's not for old times, it's for all times. So we've got relevant topics, real people, and we're starting right now.
All right. So welcome to FaceTime with God. We are in for a treat. As you can see, we have a beautiful guest and a beautiful instrument. And our guest is also an instrument because he is a tool in the quiver of the Lord. Mm. That's what I'm going to say.
That's beautiful. I like that.
That's what I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to say. So we want to welcome none other than Dexter Moses, a saxophonist, a composer, an instructor. He has his first new album out, I believe, as of last year, 2024.
Yeah, released in September. New Perspective.
New Perspective. And so we may even get a little sample. We're going to put him to work, you guys. And so I'm so excited about it. But we want Dexter to relax. You're at home.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You're at home. You're at home. Especially you're in the studio environment. So, yeah. And so we're going to start with a couple just rapid fire questions just to let you relax and get into the groove a little bit. Mm-hmm. So whatever the first response comes to mind, you can let us know. And this helps you relax maybe a little bit, but you're already chill and cool, but helps the audience get to know you a little bit more as well.
For sure.
All right. So here we go. Ice cream or cake or both?
Ice cream.
There you go.
Ice cream.
There you go. Yeah. I think I'm with you on that. What's your favorite flavor?
Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream. I haven't had that in a minute. That's very flavorful. I like ice cream that you can taste, right? Like it's got something in it. Yeah. Like not just the plain.
Right.
Not just the plain. All right. Here we go. It's Thanksgiving and your plate is full. He already went there. Your plate is full. You got one more spot left on the plate. You got 2 dishes you can choose from. You can either put some macaroni and cheese on that plate or you can put some stuffing. Which one is it going to be?
You know, it would be neither. But
okay.
I could do stuffing.
You could do stuffing.
Mac and cheese.
No.
I need to lactate or something.
Oh, okay. I've heard that from some people. All right. So what's your favorite holiday side dish?
It's between the collard greens.
Okay.
Or it used to be that cranberry sauce, That, but
I need somebody that like cranberry sauce because I make mine from scratch.
Yeah.
With the berries and then I put stuff in it. Could be pineapple.
Yeah. I loved it with the pineapple in there. And then I ate too much in
then your teeth turned red and all that.
All of
the above.
Traumatized.
I understand. All right. Let's just say we found another spot on your plate. Okay. And now you can either add one of these, but just one. Either turkey, ham, or some salmon. Which one would it be?
Salmon.
Okay. How do you like your salmon?
Well, I mean, I guess it's like a burger, like medium well.
Okay.
I mean, it's got to be juicy. Do you have sauce on it? Oh, right. Yeah. So I put Cajun seasoning.
Okay.
Well, I say but really, my wife Lily.
Okay.
She wasn't able to come here today.
Okay.
She's working, but she usually put Cajun seasoning on it.
Okay.
And then she put the lemon slices on the joint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's nothing like some good salmon. I see people mouths puckering. I wouldn't mind a little salmon with some Cajun on it. That would be good. That would be good. All right.
Okay.
2 music ones.
Okay.
If you got a choice and you're asked to just play any song you want to play, would it most likely be an up-tempo song or a down-tempo song?
Because I've done both. It depends. It really just depends on the vibe.
Gotcha. All right.
It's like, for example, if it's for kids, I usually play up tempo because their attention spans are
happy. They get up and dance.
Yeah, they get up and dance and interact with it. Mm-hmm. But for other instances, it's like for people that I guess, are older, I usually just do like a ballad.
All right, I got you. So here's your opportunity. You got the horn.
Oh man, you set me up. That was good.
Give us something. Give us something we need to hear.
All right.
For this group.
I'll do In a Sentimental Mood, like Duke Ellington.
All right. And whatever you're comfortable, you can stand, you can move your chair, you can walk around, serenade, whatever you want to do.
Mobile.
Yeah, agile and mobile.
Agile and mobile. I'm okay.
Wow. So awesome. So awesome.
Thank you.
I'm telling you. I just looked, everybody loved that. Everybody loved that. I was just listening to some of those. I wish I had a way to remember like the particular note, but it was like, I don't know what you would call that. Like when you played on what?
It's like the bend.
Uh-huh.
It's like when you like bend into the...
Well, I wish I had a better way to say it, but it was like, I don't know, not a tonic note.
the blues.
Maybe the blue note.
Is that what like?
It's like, okay, in this, yes.
It's like,
in this piece, I heard like two notes that were like that.
Yeah.
Like, what would you call that?
I'm thinking it's the blues.
Okay.
Like, that's the first.
Did you put that in there? Was that your improv?
Yeah,
that's what I felt. That's what I felt, for real.
I usually put that.
That's what I felt.
Put that in there.
I like that.
Yeah, always the blues has to be in everything.
I like that.
You know.
I like that.
Yeah.
So on your album, how many cuts are on there?
So we got 6 tracks.
Okay.
And they're all 5 of them. Actually, sorry. Yeah, 4 of them actually are original compositions.
Okay.
And then I have 2 standard songs, which is "Lovely to Look At" by Jerome Kern.
Okay.
And "I'll Be Seeing You." And Lillian, she's actually singing on that track. Beautiful. It's a beautiful track.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Lillian's your wife.
Yes.
Is she soprano, alto, contralto?
And can do soprano.
Okay.
But alto
awesome.
for sure.
Alto is a nice jazz voice.
Yeah,
you know what
it's
I'm
a
saying?
great timbre.
Yeah,
it's a great timbre.
It is. It's like, when I think about it, I don't know how many jazz singers are sopranos, but I feel like it's more richer, lower.
Well, it's like Ella Fitzgerald. She was a soprano.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she was able to darken her tone. And this is from listening to her records with Lillian. She would explain. Because I was like, how did she still get that? Oof, you know? And still be able to have that high range. It's like she's just able to darken her tones, kind of get that. Versus somebody like Sarah Vaughan, who actually like can get down there.
Yes. Wow.
Almost more like a tenor.
So how did you end up doing jazz?
It was, I always tell this story. Awesome. I was in band. And my friend at the time, Nicholas Paul, he was playing a song on alto, and he was more advanced than everybody. We were all in the same grade, but he was more advanced. And I was like, hey, man, what's that song? You know? And at the time, I didn't know that that improvising was really like a thing. I thought you just read music and that's it. So I thought my whole career was just going to be me reading music. And he was like, I'm not telling you. You know, middle school, we're all mean to each other. So it's like, everybody's a bully, you know? So I was just like, okay, whatever. You know? And then during lunch, so this kind of goes back to the lactase. So I'm lactose intolerant, so I couldn't drink the milks they would give. Everybody had a milk and a juice.
And you know, that chocolate milk, that was...
Dang. I know, it was. That was. Cool. And so the lunch ladies would give me 2 juice boxes.
Okay.
You know, they were nice to me.
That is so cool.
And so I was enjoying my lunch, and then I see Nick staring at me. And he was like, hey, give me one of them juice boxes and I'll tell you what song I was playing. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, here you go. And it was Doxy by Sonny Rollins.
Wow. Okay.
And I went home, looked it up, and I was like, this is awesome.
Wow.
And I think Nick could tell.
You looked up the music?
The music on YouTube, yeah.
Okay, as in the
recording.
Script. Okay, the
recording.
The recording.
Yeah, it was the Doxy recording. I believe off of the Prestige record label.
Okay.
With Sonny Rollins and Miles Davis.
Okay.
And so I love this. A catchy melody. It's real nice.
That's something.
And then after that, I came back to school all excited, and he was like, would you be interested in doing this jazz program that I'm in? Nick came up to me and gave me a pamphlet for the Richmond Youth Jazz Guild, which was headed by Ashby Anderson.
Wow.
And that's where I got started. The warehouse downtown, Shockoe Bottom. A bunch of kids trying to play this music. You know.
And at that time, you used a school instrument, or you got your own?
It was. We were still renting it.
Yeah.
You know how it is, by the.
Yeah, that is so cool. It's just something, I just love it when young people get into jazz. And it's so funny because growing up, I wish you could have seen all those. I wish I had thought to maybe ask your mom to see if you wanted any of those albums.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, my dad had a whole, this wall full of albums in his garage.
Yo!
And my grandmother, I remember, honestly, I hope I say the right number, but I remember at my grandmother's house, she had a whole collection of, I believe they called them 33s. They were the thick, and they weren't the album, and they weren't the single size. I believe it was called a 30. Those things were thick as I don't know what. And they would put them in the little box thing. And play them. And they were originals, and they were like Ella Fitzgerald. I mean, they were like all of them. Sarah Vaughan, you're like, oh, and it was so good. And they had Frank Sinatra and, other people.
Of course.
But I felt like growing up, I got tortured with 2 things. I got tortured with jazz, and I got tortured with my brother playing them drums. Oh. Until I started playing them. And I was like, you can leave. But I was sitting, he would get on the drums. Especially when mom and dad would leave, he would get on the drums. Yeah. And I would be sitting right beside him, and he would be playing those drums so hard. I thought my ears were going to bust, or he was going to hit me with the drumstick. But I didn't move. Yeah. And the jazz, I got so tired of hearing jazz. But then I love it. And my brother was the same way. Yeah. He would go over his house, he would have jazz blasting. And I just think it's so cool when younger people like jazz. They say it helps your brain development. Yeah. How do you feel about all that?
I mean, music. Yeah. In general, it really doesn't. I don't think it's specific to any genre. Okay. At all. It's too much music out here. Yeah. To even
They literally say the complexity of jazz though actually helps your brain development because is not, like pop music.
Right.
It's so repetitive.
Unpredictable, and it's like when you're listening to it, there's a lot of communication that's happening between the musicians that you don't necessarily get from a lot of pop music. I mean, there's still some, nuances happening in popular music and like other genres, rock and all kinds of other instrumental things. But jazz specifically, it's really a language. Yeah.
So did you play with a live band for your recording?
Yes, I did.
You did?
I did.
Do you keep your own band, or you pull people together when you're doing something?
It's whoever I'm thinking about at the time. Usually it's like a specific sound that I'm looking for. So it's very specific people, It's different when you have a band that's been touring for 20 years. I mean, I'm not gonna say you can't, but it's very, very, very hard to do that as an independent artist these days. So it's important for you to have a big pool of people, relationships that you can, know who to go to for certain things. And I think it's that type of approach actually helps. I mean, the whole community. It's a community effort to get this music.
So who is your main, if you had to do an event and you needed live, I won't ask you the person out because we don't want to call them out. They're like, he got on that program. He know good where he always calls me.
I gotta go
let him call me next time and I'll see if I'm available. But like, let's just, if you have to do an event and it can only be 3 people, what would you rather have accompanying you? Most people would go with keys.
Yeah, for sure.
And drums?
Keys, bass, and drums.
Yeah. But if it could only be 3 of you, including you, what would you? I'm just curious. What's essential to your sound?
That's a really good question. I would say probably.
It's kind of hard, isn't it? It's like I need all of them. So in other words, you need a 4-piece.
Well, no,
you can't go to 3-piece.
Most of the times I do drums and bass.
Okay.
I use that trio format mainly because I like the freedom of not having extra harmony. Behind me, because if you don't have the right piano player, then it could become less of a conversation and more of they're playing their thing and you're trying to take it somewhere else, and the harmony is a big part of that.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I would say if anything, bass and drums.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. There's one thing, drummers got so much to pack.
I know. I feel so
look,
bad.
I had to get rid of the saxophone because the reed was messing with my lipstick, and then drums. It's like, that's too much stuff to carry.
I know.
That's like a lot. That's like a lot to carry.
You got so much stuff.
All right, so out of your top 3 types of music, is jazz one of them? Let me ask the team that. Anybody jazz one of their favorite types of music? Yes or no? Okay, it's all cool. Jazz. All right, what do y'all think for me? Would you say what on my listening? What do y'all think I listen to the most? I'm just asking my team.
Jazz.
Really?
Every time I come here.
Really? What you say?
I would say gospel.
Really?
I was gonna say jazz too. You play
Were you?
jazz.
I'm not gonna lie, it is jazz. I am not gonna lie. I do listen. Like, I put my stuff on for worship purposes, because I need it and I want it. But for enjoyment, it's jazz all day long. It is 100% jazz because they drill that stuff in me, and I love it. So, what's your favorite? Do you listen to a station for jazz?
Yeah. So, actually, I'm a radio host.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm a radio host down in Durham, North Carolina.
Wow.
Yep, WNCU 90.7 FM Evening Jazz. Every Wednesday from 8 to 10 p.m.
Every Wednesday. And
you could actually go to WNCU, I think live.org to see the stream.
Okay.
Catch the live stream of my
show.
show.
Is that North Carolina State University?
North Carolina Central.
North Carolina Central University.
Yep.
Cool. That is so crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
So what, do you pre-record your sets or you do them live? You make some.
It depends. Like this past week I had to do it live because we're doing the spring fundraising campaign.
Okay. Okay.
But most of the time, since I'm teaching and gigging, I have to pre-record.
Okay. How often do you gig?
I mean, it's usually just the weekends. I usually save those because during the week I'm teaching at private music school, Russell Lacey Music, and then I have North Carolina Central and Duke. I teach there.
Okay.
And so yeah, I'm just teaching during the week and then gigging on the weekends.
All right. I'm just gonna call out. You tell me if you know it, and if you want to play it, you can play a little bit or something from it. But
let me get it on.
How about Watermelon Man?
I always get that mixed up with Cantaloupe Island. I always have to hear like the first part.
You gotta hear the first part.
Because they for some reason they always sound the same.
This thing that happened to me. This not happened to me.
I feel like I'm singing Watermelon Man.
All right, how about Ipanema, whatever?
Girl from Ipanema.
Yeah, you know that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Colossians 3:23 and 24. And whatever you do, do it with all your heart as unto the Lord and not unto men, knowing that it's of the Lord that you shall receive the reward of the inheritance, because you serve the Lord Christ.